All right. I get this question a lot about, hey, what's the best multivitamin for my kid? And so I wanted to take a second and record this video so you can get the answer, which is this one right here, Activ Nutrients Chewable. This is by Zymogen, a company that I really trust because they are not owned by a pharmaceutical, number one. They're results driven, so they make sure the quality is not compromised, which does make it sometimes more expensive, but it's actually going to work. Because if you've heard the quote, uh, the most expensive vitamin or nutrient is the one that doesn't work, right? So, and even worse than that would be the most, not just expensive, but the one that um, uh, that's working against you by synthetic or the non-optimal form of a vitamin. So it's very important to get quality. And if you really can't afford it, then just have less of it. That's my recommendation. So here, I'm just going to highlight what's in here. I'm going to highlight two things: the vitamin D um, and K2, because those are both fat soluble, very important. And I did not find any other vitamin out there. I just went through a whole list. You can see all the tabs open. I just went through. Um, Nothing else had either the sweetener was off, there were fillers, or it was so yeah, like either sugar, artificial, or alcohol sugars. The form of the vitamin was off or didn't have vitamin K2. So I didn't find anything that had it all like this one does. So again, things change, formulas change, but currently this one is definitely my favorite. And so why is vitamin K2 important? Very important for helping your, of course, bones, immune system. And then this is not the K1 that is found in dark greens, but K2 actually helps direct calcium into your bones. So jaw structure, all the, osteoporosis later down the road is important to get it out of the soft tissue, which would be like in your vessels where you don't want calcium. So it's a good, very important setup. And especially in kids, that the jaw development is so important. And uh, this could be one big reason why kids now are having, these small jaws, don't fit the teeth, there's misalignment. And so, big on that. You can read more about that. But I'm going to pull up a couple notes too that I want you to see. Um, Let me bring up the other one first, the vitamin K2. So, just to highlight why this is important, we already talked about the bone health and mineralization, the jaw development, the dental health, even is a potential benefit of the K2. Stronger enamel, and then supporting the microbiome in the mouth. So, the ratio of the dental carie forming bacteria to the helpful ones improves. Synergy, we talked about it working with vitamin D and also A here, and we already went through that, so I'm not going to get that one. And then cardiovascular health, we touched on it, that it keeps the calcium out of the soft tissue and vessels and actually directs it where it should be in your, bones. So that's pretty much it for vitamin K2. I think it's a very hidden but very important one that you want to look for yourself and your kids. And then another one that's huge is the type of vitamin B12. So you want to see the version called methylcobalamin rather than cyanocobalamin. This, for one, it's more bioavailable. And a lot of us, I've heard up to 50% of us, including myself, have a genetic mutation where we do not, our enzyme to make the active form is working at half or less than half strength, maybe 30% of what it should. So this can lead to conditions like, even it's called high homocysteine. So that could be related to stroke risk, miscarriages, almost everything across the board, migraines. Actually, I have a document on that we could go through, but huge, huge effects. And I guess I could put a plug in. If you want to test your kid or yourself for what mutations you have, you can do that under $300, and it's good for life, right? It's your genetics, so we could do that too. So why else is this type of B12 more important? Detoxification. So we also are set up in our genetics to have different abilities to be able to detoxify. How well is your body able to convert, a molecule to the other type, to be able to be excreted in your urine or etc. So cyanocobalamin actually has the word cyanide, right? You hear it, you see it, and that has to be detoxified before it can be eliminated. So it's actually like putting in a toxin, which why do that? We're already in a really toxic world, and we need to. The whole reason we're taking vitamins is to help support our body to function at its best because of our soil and our being lacking compared to what it used to have the nutrients that were supposed to be enough in food. But now, unfortunately, it's very, very difficult or impossible to do that because of how we've destroyed that. Anyway, uh, not to discourage us too much, there's other ways. So neurological support, that's another big reason why this is an important version of the vitamin. We already talked about homocysteine reduction, and then better absorption overall. So look for this type of vitamin B12. Do not settle for the other one. It's a big one. In all the cheap vitamins and even some of the nicer ones, I see cyanocobalamin. Don't even go there. That's a red flag. So I think with those few information pieces, you're able to decide, okay, which vitamin is best for your kid. And I will include the link so you can go directly to the one that I mentioned is my current favorite. All right. See you next time.